This is a variation of our posterior 45 hip circle, and we're doing it with a band distraction. So you're going to need a 1-inch wide or 2-inch wide resistance band, and you're going to anchor it to something really sturdy like a squat rack, and we want the band to be very low, either knee height or lower. From here, you're going to step into your band, and you're going to take the band and you're going to work it up right into your hip crease. And once in position, you're really going to have to wrestle it to get forward, because we need a strong pull backwards on the target hip, which in this case is my left hip. Now notice how I'm already in a posterior 45 lunge. So that means my right leg is back at an angle and it's bent, supporting my weight and really helping me stabilize against the band's pull. From here, I lengthen up nice and tall and I hinge at my hips. I'm now starting to feel a gentle stretch on my hamstring. And I've placed this bench in front of me to help me with stability and balance. The idea is to take the target hip through a circle. So that would look like this. And what the band distraction is doing is encouraging more space in the joint. And the neat thing about this is that when the band is doing its job in pulling the femur backward a little bit, it helps you feel the mobilization a little bit deeper into the hip capsule and also higher on the hamstring. So I'm creating that full circle, allowing my body to move as needed. So my lunging leg is moving to help me create that circle. And I can circle in both directions. And I'm trying to stay really long through the spine, stay in the hip hinge, and think about taking that target hip through the fullest circle that I can. One thing you want to be careful of is, first of all, exiting the drill, because that is a very strong band. You have to be ready for what's going to happen when you stand up. It's going to want to pull you back. So keep that in mind when you're working with this drill. The last thing is, sometimes when people are in this position and they have their hip flexed like this, if you happen to have a lot of neural tension. So neural tension is what it feels like when we do some of our nerve glides. The nerve is under tension. In this case, it would be the sciatic nerve and some of the branches of the sciatic nerve, like the tibial and possibly even the peroneal nerve. If you're feeling excessive neural tension on the back of your leg, then you want to back up a little bit and not use quite as much resistance coming from the band. If you feel an unwanted stretch feeling behind your knee, it means that you really have to back off on the band distraction tension and possibly come out of such a deep hip flexion. So the more I'm into hip flexion, the more tension I might feel in the back of my leg. So if I come out of that a little bit, I can limit that tension, because we don't want to do a band distraction when the nerve is under a great deal of tension, because we might overstretch the nerve and that will not be comfortable. So keep that in mind when you're exploring this band distraction, and as long as you think about what you're feeling and make adjustments based on that, you should be good.